Hello, everybody. This is Lena from Infected Rain, and you're listening to Distortion on Radio Bouton. Stay metal.
So, hello Lena, thank you for giving me some of your time for radio and for this interview.
Hello.
And first question, and probably the most important one, how are you?
I'm doing okay, considering the global situation. I am doing my best to keep myself busy, productive, useful, and, trying my best to stay positive. Yeah, I'm doing okay, taking it easy day by day, like we all are at this time, right?
Perfect, if you're good, I'm good. But before talking about Infected Rain, I would like to talk about a song that you released a few weeks ago. It's All the Things She Said with Chase the Comet, a cover of the Russian band Tattoo. And when
We actually,
you
like a few months ago, yes.
few months ago. Oh, time goes fast. And I was surprised when you released this song because even here in France, it was a very famous song 10 years ago. It was
Yes,
everywhere on the TV, on the radio. Why did you
yes.
decide to cover this song?
Well, as I explained in the making of the music video for this video and music making in general, it was not really my idea. The idea came from the band Chase the Comet, which I am friends with for a few years now. And they are both, the members of the band are from Russia. So basically, we are both from Eastern Europe. And it was a big, um, you know, um, big honor for us to know that a band like Tattoo went so global long ago, and everywhere around the world, people knew about this song and other songs that they decided to do in English. Now, they had this idea, and they thought that it would be great to involve me. Now, in the beginning, I was very skeptical about it. I didn't know if I have enough time for this because if I do something, I like to dedicate enough time and do quality material. And also, I had to talk to my boys from the band. So I remember I was actually encouraged by my guitar player, Vidic. He really liked this idea and he wanted to be on board, and he encouraged me to actually be part of it. So together with Chase the Comet and some of the musicians of Infected Rain, we made this happen.
And you did a video clip with this song. So you found the
Yes.
time to do this video clip plus the song.
Yes, it did take a long time for us. We worked on this one cover song with its music video for over a year, but we did it, yes.
And about Infected Rain, this is your first and only band. You had no music experience before.
Correct.
So how did you realize that you could sing?
I didn't. I was asked by a friend that was, a friend that was, playing in with Vidic. He was a DJ, and they were fooling around playing some songs. And I had a lot of musicians friends at the time. I used to go to a lot of local bands shows at the time, and I was just invited to fool around myself, to just sing some covers that they were doing at the time, and just for fun, only in the little rehearsal room. And then he was the one encouraging me. He was the one that actually planted that seed in my mind, and he was like, you have a great voice. You should definitely learn more about it. Try to find a teacher that is going to tell you how to use that voice and what to do properly. And I really like that idea, and every day and more, so I did find a teacher, and I started little by little to study vocals and with private lessons. And then at the same time, we continued with the band, and we had a name, and I started applying some of the lyrics that I used to write, because I write lyrics and little poems since I was 14. And So for me, it was like a very nice and easy and natural thing to do. But I'm learning more and more every day, every year. So that's how everything started.
And in October 2019, you released your new album, Endorphin.
Yes.
How would you describe your evolution as a band and as a singer since your first album in 2011?
It's always difficult for me to answer that question, because I think the best people to answer that question are the fans, because people can see from the outside perspective better, but all I can say is we definitely grew as people, as musicians, and we became more interesting and more dedicated to what we are doing, and we are not afraid to experiment. And our experience throughout the years with live shows and encounters with fans definitely taught us a lot. And I think that with every album, every time, there's like a newer step in our career, a newer step in our life, and that just represents us like people, like this version of people that we are at this moment. Because every 2 years or 3 years, it's good enough time for us to be a better version of ourselves. At least that's what I like to think. So me as a vocalist, all I can say is that I try my best to discover new sounds, not necessarily something different that I used to do before, but more like more emotional and other ways to deliver emotion through my lyrics. And I am more brave every time, because I'm so encouraged by my fans and by the band fans, to be myself. And I just find new ways to be myself and new ways to deliver what I'm trying to say. And I guess that's what makes me me, as a vocalist.
And as you said, after a few years in Infected Rain, you started to take lesson with a vocal teacher, Melissa Cross. That's right?
Yes, I had another teacher before, in the beginning of Infected Rain career, 3 years. And then later on, I found out about the amazing Melissa Cross, which is a very famous vocal teacher, especially in the world of alternative music. And she, at the time, she used to have 2 DVDs. She still has them. They are still, available. But that's all I could find to see. And I remember ordering those DVDs and study them and watch them all the time. But then, yes, in 2013, I met her personally, and I had a personal lesson. And since that day, I am basically trying to see her at least once a year. But we became very close, so we very often speak on the phone or via Skype. So yes, I whenever I have a concern or a question or ideas, I never hesitate to share them with her, because she is also some sort of mentor for me.
Okay, and you are writing all the lyrics in Infected Rain, right?
Correct.
And do you feel like you're trying more to deliver a message now than you did before?
No, actually, my English level evolved, so I feel like it's easier for me to express myself nowadays than it was in the first 2 albums of Infected Rain, for sure. I was still, I still knew the language on a decent level, because I did languages in the university, and I always loved languages and English, and I used to read a lot in English and watch movies in English. But still, I feel like my vocabulary and the words I'm using are way more sophisticated nowadays, because I am not afraid to use them. Even if I knew some of them back in the days, I was not sure what is the correct and right way to use them. I still do some mistakes nowadays, obviously, but I can tell that I feel more loosen up, and I use those words more freely and more like I'm more sure about how I'm using them.
Yeah, you're talking about your English, or it evolves because you were born in a country where people speak Russian. And,
no, I was born in a country where people speak Romanian and Russian, both.
Okay.
But I was born in a family that spoke Russian because my father is Armenian, and Armenia, just like Moldova, used to be part of USSR. And Russian was an important part of it. Everybody had to know Russian, had to learn Russian, had to know how to write and read in Russian. So my family spoke Russian when I was small. But I was in a Romanian-speaking kindergarten and school, and later on, when my parents separated, I used Romanian in my family a lot as well. I use Russian with my band because some of the band members were, lived in Russia themselves, and it's just an easier language for everybody, But yes, we do not speak English in Moldova.
Okay. And
we speak it because we learn it in school, but it's not our actual language of the country. Yes.
Yeah, so you speak English, Romanian, Russian, and Italian, right?
Yes, correct. I speak 4 languages pretty much at the same level, correct.
But not French.
No, I only can say bonjour. Comment ça va? Je m'appelle Lena. You can also say merci beaucoup.
Merci beaucoup. I also listen to artists who sing in Russian, like Luna or Daria Stavlovich. Do you feel like you could someday do a song in Russian?
Maybe one day. I don't exclude the opportunity, the possibility of actually doing some songs in all the languages I speak. Why just Russian? I can use Romanian, which Romanian is a very beautiful language. I believe the closest to the Latin possible, actually, grammatically especially. And I also absolutely love Italian. So maybe I will do, all 4. All other 3 languages that besides English. Who knows?
Coming back to the album Endorphin, can you tell me more about the name of the album and the cover?
Well, Endorphin is just something that was representing so perfectly the emotions that we were feeling while listening to all those new songs at the time. This hormone of happiness, it was just perfect. We really wanted for someone our music to represent that. Now the cover of this album was created from scratch by us. We actually took all those pictures, and we actually created the blood and everything, like the setup for it. And our band member Vidik, actually, we have to give him credit for that, because he does so much for the band, and very often he even starts doing something he has no clue how to do, but he will study and take his time and make it work. So he put all the work in it. That cover is very beautiful, and it has a very beautiful meaning for us. Basically, those are hands. In fact, those hands are the hands of our other guitar player, Sergey, and those hands represent the band. And then the heart is the gift that we give to people, and the wire around the hands is actually a microphone wire. This album is a very, very emotional album, and it's a very strong album for me especially, and it was born in a very difficult time in my life, and I feel like that message kind of delivers through that artwork as well. In fact, the picture on this actual CD is an eye, which is my eye,
Okay.
that took a close micro picture of. So yeah, that's all I can tell you about it.
So what you're telling me is that in Infected Rain there is music, but visual is also important.
Visual is very important. In fact, almost everything that is connected to the visual part of Infected Rain is created by us. Almost everything. The other things, they are created with the help of other professional people, but also together with us. Nothing so far that we released was a fully made from scratch thing, completely from a different artist. Even the other artists that were included in Infected Rain's artwork for the album or music videos that work with us, we created the ideas together and we participated during the photo shoots and the creation of all those things.
Okay. And talking about visual, a few video clips has been done for for songs in this album. And in the video for the song The Earth Mantra, we can see you with animals like spiders, snakes, roaches.
Yeah.
Was it natural for you to touch and handle them?
Yes, very natural. I'm not afraid of any living creature, to be honest. It could be actually a problem because I really am not afraid. I don't really even keep much distance. I mean, I am very respectful, so I don't go and just grab animals like that if I see that, they are not willingly coming over, like, some animals could. But yeah, I'm not afraid of any bugs or any type of creatures.
Okay. And the Earth Mantra is a song, obviously, about us killing our planet. Do you feel like people are becoming more aware about ecology?
Absolutely. And it's a good question because actually I was thinking about that recently, and I was talking to some friends about it, and some people take it in a very negative way and they say, oh, it became so mainstream to be this hippie, so-called hippie, or so-called, like, I don't know, earth-loving person, and it's so mainstream to be vegan, it's so mainstream to recycle, it's so mainstream to do this and that. But you know what? If it's mainstream to be good, then I will fucking be mainstream. I don't care, because it's not a secret that I changed my diet to a vegan diet 4 years ago now, and I'm trying to be very aware of my surroundings and to recycle and be very smart about how I use plastic, trying to avoid it completely. I'm trying to be aware of how I'm using water. I'm trying to be aware of what I'm wearing and all that stuff, animals, and if I can. Obviously, it's not always possible, so I'm not like really fanatic about it. I'm not really, changing somebody's life or preach about it, but I try to be better myself, and I feel like if everybody will just look at themselves and try to be better with the things that they can do, because obviously in different countries it's different. Certain things that you are able to do here, you're not able to do in other places. But if you can do at least the minimum, that's amazing, and the planet is gonna breathe easier, and we are going to be able to enjoy fresh air. We're going to be able to enjoy happy animals, and we are going to be able to enjoy beautiful flowering, botanical creatures, or whatever, like everything that surrounds us, that makes our life easier. But we just don't realize that not only we are polluting our planet, we are also killing and polluting ourselves, because that's what we are eating and that's what we are breathing. And then at a certain age we are so shocked that we are having some diseases that we are like, I don't know where it comes from. Well, no, of course you don't know where it comes from now, but it's something that accumulates in our body for in a long time. So I feel like a lot of people nowadays are aware of that. They are trying to make a lot of studies about that. They are trying to demonstrate that, you know, the use of certain products can cause illnesses, or the use of certain foods can cause illnesses, or just certain lifestyle can be really dangerous for us and for the people and creatures around us, right? So I'm actually very happy that's happening, and it was way more difficult to be aware of that long ago. You know, I come from a very, very poor family, so a lot of things were not even common in a lifestyle that I grew up with or in the country I grew up with, and they still are not. But you know, if I can do something, I do it. Again, I am not really here to preach. I will never be here to try to change somebody's life. But if people are curious, I will share with what I'm doing or how I'm doing it, just so people can be a little bit more informed, because I got all this information by, you know, surfing online and searching, and, you know, just by trying certain things myself. So, yeah.
And you're also, we are talking about your lifestyle, and you are sharing a little bit of your lifestyle on your YouTube channel, Bananas.
Correct. That was one of the reasons why I decided to do it, because I was encouraged by fans and friends to have my YouTube channel for a while, for years. And for a long time, I didn't think I have enough material and I could be interesting enough for people. But then when I just decided to be myself and just to share of what I'm doing and how I'm doing it, and even if it's just little things, you know. Yes, I did have I actually have an episode on my YouTube channel where I speak about how I try to avoid plastic in my everyday life, just by showing what I am using, you know. Also, I did have some episodes where I was cooking, and the meals I was cooking were vegan. And that was really, you know, interesting to see people trying those things for the first time. And again, I don't really necessarily say that everybody should be vegan. Just, you know, be careful of what you're eating. Try to eat more clean. That's all you have to do, really.
Okay. And going back to the album, in Endorphin, there are two songs that I really like, Pendulum and Tapephonia. Can you tell me more about those songs?
Well, yeah, I really like those songs a lot too. They are very emotional for sure. Tapephobia being, I believe, I really think it's the most emotional and darkest song I ever created with Infected Rain. I love it very much. It's a little bit depressive even, like the lyrics and the minor notes, you know, but it's a strong message that a lot of people can relate to. So I think it's going to be very strong while played live and very emotional. Now, Pendulum is has a very interesting topic that I actually wrote about before, just in a different way. But it's basically about all the temptations that surround us that we just can't stay away from. Because, you know, I believe that everybody is addicted to something in this life. Everybody. Some are addicted to love, some are addicted to coffee, some are addicted to alcohol, some are addicted to drugs, others are addicted to gambling, others are addicted to smoking, the others are addicted to sex, some are addicted to food. So many addictions. We can go on and on and on and on, right? Now, being able to control those addictions or keep them under control is not as easy. You know, it's very difficult to find people that drink alcohol, but rarely, and they can control that. It's either they drink until they pass out and they drink all the time, or they become straight edge and they don't drink at all. Finding the strong person that can enjoy a drink or two every once in a great while is more rare. Same with cigarettes, same with coffee, same with all the other addictions. So basically, that song is about that. And unfortunately, I lost many friends and people I cared about. I lost them because they were reckless with their lives. And when I say I lost them, I don't mean in a tragic way, dying, but just they lost everything in their lives. They lost their loved ones and their houses, their kids, their families, their everything, just because they couldn't control some addictions. And it's such a big pity, and we know of so many examples of people, that musicians even, that lose their bands because they are reckless, So yeah, basically that's what made me write Pendulum.
Okay. And also we can hear that the band still uses electronic sound, but in a different way than before. Will you continue to explore electronic sounds in the future?
Yes, I think so. We really like experimenting. I like experimenting with my vocals, and my boys like to experiment with the music. We love the idea that Infected Rain is not really a band that is closed in a box and just follows certain rules of music. We like that, and we want to keep it that way. I think a lot of fans appreciate that as well, and they love us for that, so we will continue for sure.
Okay. And in the beginning of Infected Rain, you had a DJ, and you don't have it anymore in the band. So who does the electronic sounds now?
Well, they are just like they are during the live shows. They are recorded.
Yeah.
So we just have them recorded. But while writing and composing, they come normally from our guitar player Vidik, because he's the main songwriter of the band. But very often, even Eugene, the drummer, he has some cool ideas about that. Basically, my boys, my musicians, they write all the music. Yeah.
Okay. So what's next for Infected Rain and for you?
Well, it's hard to say nowadays because we are in this pandemic globally. So it's hard to say if anything at all is going to happen in 2020, like connected to shows and touring. I don't know. We have a lot of plans, and little by little, unfortunately, those plans get canceled. But for now, all I can say is that we are doing our best to stay very close to our fans. And we are doing our best to plan 2021, and we are doing our best to still keep all those tours, just change them and reschedule them for the next year, keeping our fingers crossed that everybody is safe, that everybody has the possibility to still be strong and wait for the next year that is going to come in full force with all the shows and all the new stuff. Obviously, meanwhile, we are trying to compose some more, but for now, that's all we can do. And all the musicians in general, it's not an easy times for musicians, bands, crew members, tour organizers, and booking agencies. It's not easy times for record labels, for anybody, in this show business industry, and not only, but speaking of, it's hard for everybody. So we're trying to stay united, trying to keep in touch with our fans and make sure that they are strong and they, get closer to us, I guess.
And do you think that you're gonna do some other collaboration like you did before with Chase the Comet, Season the Moon?
Yeah, it's possible. We have some ideas, but those are not priorities for now, but we do have some ideas, yes.
Okay. So do you have a final word for your French fan and the listeners of Radio Bouton?
All I can say is stay strong, be safe, stay in your houses. don't get depressed, because this is a temporary state. I know it's very easy to get depressed, especially if you're on your own, but keep your brain occupied with good music, good books, and, do some handmade stuff, or stay in touch with your family and loved ones through the internet connection. Everything is going to be fine. Be strong. We love you very much, and I'll see you next year, hopefully.
Maybe in France.
Hopefully, yes.
Thank you, Lena. Thank you for your time,
Thank you.
thank you for everything.
Thank you. You have a good day, okay?
Yeah. Good night for me.
Night. Yes. Thank you. Bye.